I need to learn how to stop touching the mic. I don't know why it's like a go-to.
No, you remember Sigmund Freud's theories of
what's that?
the phallic stage.
Yeah, the
yeah,
phallic stages. So there's the oral, there's the...
Yeah.
I forgot the other ones. The ones for touching.
So yours is oral and touching.
And touch, yeah.
So maybe since she was a kid, because of some, I don't know, however developed
actually
her stage was when...
okay, how do I put this? The touching part, like when I'm calling my mom, I will never be like, mom.
Just
that would be a
verbal.
problem. So it will be mom, you know, if I'm calling. So I think that's why.
Like Stru.
But did you used to like put pencils in your mouth, pens in your mouth?
No.
Did you used to like lollipops?
No.
Playing, sucking on your thumb?
No, I never sucked on my thumb.
Just playing with toys.
So where did Apple come from?
I don't know.
Okay.
And I also have an oral fixation.
Oh, don't we know that?
The mics are blood clot open. Check.
Select accent for the podcast.
Calvin always late.
This is the mics are open episode 200.
Episode 200,
200, man. 200.
Yeah.
Yo, my name's G Money.
And the young.
Ashley and Panda.
Big C.
Big C, what on, brother?
Easy, man. How are you guys?
Us guys are good, man. Pushing on. Looking forward to now
Live.
Wait.
9 days.
8
days.
8 days.
Yep.
Shout going out to Nev, who's he just killed me on the group, right? On the Trace group. Guys were talking about International Women's Day and everything. Like there's a whole serious conversation. My man has dropped the poster. Bang.
But wait a minute, actually, isn't March 11th International Women's Day?
Yeah.
It is as well, yeah?
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence.
wow.
He's like, while you're at it.
Yeah, so he's dropped it.
So,
Boom.
gal
Tokyo
them.
link.
We have some Galem tickets.
Yeah, man.
Come and spend your International Women's Day with us.
Talking about it, right? I've got like 7,000 bob from one of our international audience, right? Sent me and was like, yo, could you buy some people tickets?
Oh.
Right,
That's
wow.
nice.
Yeah, $7,000.
So unataka kucheza aje? Do you want to be entertained, or do you not want to be entertained?
No, like it's for us guys to figure it
Just
out,
buy
right?
chicken, bro. Fuck it.
Yes.
Yo, fuck it. We're buying chicken with your money.
Yo,
We definitely need a
We are
child.
buying chicken with your
Definitely
money.
need HR.
We need a child.
Who is it?
Yeah, I'll tell you guys.
Okay, well, whoever it is, 7K.
Wait, was it male or female?
Female.
Okay, cool. Well,
They're
thank you
big
very
fan
much.
of the podcast for like
Thank you
a
very
whole
much.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Let's go
Thank you
with
very
that.
much, babes. We're buying chicken. Fuck the listeners, we're buying chicken.
Not Dylan. Well.
No, not really. But yeah, I mean, she like 7K can buy like
Yeah,
what?
shout going out to Anne.
It's Anne, yeah?
Yeah.
So that
Big
can
up
buy
Anne.
how many tickets? Like 6 tickets?
Something
Oh,
like
21
that.
pieces. 21.
Oh,
Can you do
damn.
some for me?
He was right there.
Oh man, but
Yeah,
yeah, big up
actually, I've
yourself.
just remembered. I was actually supposed to tell you guys because I think it came in Friday or something.
Right,
Friday
right.
evening.
Are you sure it hasn't already disappeared?
No, if it has disappeared,
I'll just
the
replace
fact
it.
that I have delivered the message.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
also-
Accountability.
But,
I wouldn't have told shit.
but
Yeah.
we know that this podcast has very many listeners. I mean, the average of our listenership went up. By the way, we broke a crazy record. Went up 25% last month,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
So
Well
here's
in.
the thing: of all those people who listen to the podcast, who watch the podcast, ain't none of y'all got my number to send them pesa. So I'm just wondering how a listener happened to have our viewer or listener
Who is
happened
not
to have
who
your
is
number.
not in the country?
Who's not in the country?
Yes.
Who's
Who
Anne?
needs your number
Anne?
to
Yeah.
send
So
the
who's
money?
Anne?
So Anne is a listener of the podcast, and I think sometime she was here. Actually, wanted to meet you and I, right? So she was here, I think, on a mission, scouting for.
Evidently.
What is
The
she?
mission
What
was
is she?
successful.
Mm. 21.
This was, I think,
Something was done.
I think, way back in 20. No, not in 10.
Ah,
I
damn.
think back in 21 or some, right?
2021.
Yeah, so we never got to meet her, but she's always been a big fan of the podcast.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
So
So,
that's way back, like 2021.
yeah,
Like
we've
21 doing
we've got a
something
lot
for
of
us.
bro. Like we even got like guys who are CEOs, bro. One of them is like a big CEO. The other day we're talking. He's like, Calvin, I need to advertise on your podcast, right?
But are
So
they
we're-
sending you 7,000 bob?
At night.
That's the question.
Like Nigerian.
She your boss. And your boss.
Here's the thing, right? So of course the podcast, like it's so interesting how we interface with so many people you never even expect, right? Because the thing about life is this, right? I feel like in the seriousness of life, everybody also has a flip side to it. True. Guys consume a lot of stuff, right? In whatever confines they are. That is why Pornhub will still always be successful.
Wow.
Are you equating the podcast?
No. Like I was being so drastic for people to actually understand. Like, you know, at times you hang out with this like bosses, what.
Okay.
They be smoking weed as well.
So who's Anne?
Damn.
So
Let's get to the point here.
Just gonna put it out like that.
Nah, thank you very much.
but yeah,
Pause.
shout going out to Anne for
Shout
that.
going out to Anne who sent 7K and said buy
Yeah.
tickets for guys.
Yeah, and
We
then
are buying chicken and feed your podcasters
and
feel
also
free.
and also like I got so many people from abroad who've actually been asking and saying, I hope you guys are planning on recording the live because man, we can't be there. So I thought about it and I was like, the genius in me was like, we're going to have a link that's going to be live and you will be able to pay those tickets and watch it live on that day.
The genius in you.
Yeah. Cool. I'm glad you're
Okay.
taking that on board.
And yeah.
I ain't touching that one, man. You're
I'm
full.
kidding.
Speaking about the live though, shout going out to everyone who has got their tickets in advance, and it's very interesting. I'm learning a lot about the consumption habit of like the Kenyan event goer. For example, if you're doing an event, I don't think it makes sense to do group tickets.
No.
Like for example, because I thought about it, right? If I bought 4 tickets for me and my pals, yeah. Well, I don't have 4 pals first of all, but if who do you go out with 4 people?
Yeah.
Like
Right here.
for the Sandwich Pod Live,
Yeah.
we teamed up as a group and bought the group tickets.
Yeah.
So for some of us, it works perfectly.
Right.
It
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
does.
But that was a group of 5 now, yeah?
Yeah.
For Jamie with when you were playing thingy, what's his name?
Connect.
One of
Listen
them.
Oh,
Connects.
with Nani.
The
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah.
I did the same as
With
well because I
Kinamani.
knew John had already sent me a ticket, right? But I knew guys were gonna ask, so I was like, let me buy a thingy, a whole
Hey, so
group
for the
of whatever,
Christmas.
And then
that's-
sell.
Boom.
Santa
No,
Claus.
I was just like, because Fuego wanted to come, who and everybody was asking, so I was just like, yeah,
Okay.
it makes sense, yeah.
Okay, so it makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, it
But
does
I
make
think
sense.
couple tickets make sense more because I've noticed that even like when it comes to the single tickets, guys are like most people have bought like two.
Two.
So
Yeah.
I think the discount
Nobody
should go
pulling
to
up
the
solo.
couples
Most
as
single. Okay,
opposed to
that's
the,
interesting.
But also, I think like having the group of 4 is a good idea. But then also a group of 5, because I've also had friends who are just like, we're 5 in this room. So what happens to one of us, you know, instead of the other one?
Let's
But
give
also-
Ibaya na huko.
yeah, so the group tickets work, but the couple ones might work better because now they can team up as two,
Yeah.
and
Hold
get
up.
tickets
so
like that.
Like 5? You're talking about what? What happens to the 5th one?
Yeah.
No, if it's
get-
tickets for 4 and you all are
Here's the
5,
thing,
what
I'm
happens
too
to the
fast.
5th guy?
The 5th person can record all of you guys just laughing and doing what?
What?
But they'll need a ticket to go in, bro. That's
I
the
mean,
whole
you guys
point.
need a cameraman. If you guys are a couple,
They'll
like,
still need a ticket, bro.
yeah, buy them.
It's
a-
not your wedding, bro. It's not content. But yeah, get
I
your
wanted
tickets.
to take it so far.
Get your
Like,
tickets.
I just say like, if all
How
of
did
you
you
guys
walk into
decide to
that
have
one,
an
bro?
orgy after
And
that.
also, like the spike of the ticket sales went up yesterday. So like it's end
Yes,
month.
yeah, guys,
People
end
have been
month.
paid.
By the way, yeah,
Oh.
that's also true.
Yeah.
But also, Calvin, stop talking about my dad on Twitter. You need to
Fuck off.
stop.
No.
Like I'm chilling in my
No.
studio in the morning.
You,
and
mother,
you're
my
bringing
you're
God.
the one
out.
who started it.
We had a truce. No,
You're the one who started it.
Listen,
Like-
no dad jokes.
You know, not all boners are meant to be used as well.
What?
G, don't you
I'm
know?
just trying to tell you.
He's distracting.
Calm down. Not all boners are supposed to be used.
Listen. Okay. Not all boners are supposed to
As
be
opposed
used.
to what?
But your dad used his one, and look at you. No, listen, no more dad jokes.
Yo,
until
that one was good though.
Yeah.
That one was good.
no more dad jokes.
Like, you know, I be chilling in the studio.
Oh my god.
In between, I see this guy. I'm like, oh, here we go. Then,
Anyway.
what did I tell you? That was a really good one. I'm impressed.
What about your dad? A tracking device.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't that funny.
Yeah.
That wasn't that funny.
No, that
Yeah.
was good.
No, and I replied to that. Your dad's like AirTags.
Yeah.
But only if he left them at home like he left you at home. Or something
No,
like that.
but mine was better than
But
yours.
hold on, bro.
Why is this happening, Aaron? We meant to have called the truth.
Listen, no more dad jokes. True story. So there's a story that came out this week. I just remembered it, right? And it's about
Damn, your
American.
dad's been found.
Wow, love your dad. So there's a story, and this is interesting.
Not love your dad.
Lao means
Or
forget
Lao.
your dad. Lao your dad. So this football coach in America, and I want us to discuss this. This football coach in America says when he's looking for a quarterback, that's the guy who throws the ball and all that stuff, right?
yeah.
He's looking for a person from a
Well-established family.
two family house with a grade point average of 3.5.
Let me
When
guess.
he's looking for a defensive player, he's looking for someone from a single parent household who wants to get his mum out the hood. Yo, it's created quite
Makes sense.
a lot of controversy.
Is he white?
Yeah,
Must be.
But it made me think, though. It made me think. Do you think that, like I know we joke about dads and stuff, but do you think there's that much of a difference between, especially with football? Like, let's bring it back to the Premier League. He's the equivalent would be him saying, if you're gonna play in defense, like you're gonna play the back four, I want you to be from a single parent household trying to get your mum out the hood.
Like a Balotelli.
Like someone who's just hungry
Yeah,
for it,
yeah.
like trying to do better. But if you're midfield, I need you to be more intelligent, more settled, more stable.
strategic
Do you reckon
about
there's
it.
anything in that?
Yeah,
can
of
see.
course.
I think it also helps the play. Like if you're defense, right? Wouldn't you put a little bit of that?
No, but you
anger
see, it can only
or-
work. It can only work out for so long. That's the only problem. Cause man can change. Man changes. It doesn't mean there's so many people who come from single parent households that you wouldn't even tell. You think this person grew up with both parents, very stable and everything, because they're very respectful, they're loving, and they don't maybe portray however society portrays people to come from such positions to act like or be like. People could be different, So yes, it does make some sense.
But-
Only if they don't know that this is what is going on behind the scenes. Because if I'm the scout and I'm running through the stats and everything, when it gets to the psychology of the person, it really matters to the sport, because what
Right.
drives you, what
Right.
motivates you. So if I can find the pressure point, and if this is the pressure point, then I know we are
play to
guaranteed
advantage.
wins. Nothing is going to come in between you and your mom.
So I was thinking about this, right? And I was thinking about all the co-hosts that I've had over the years. And the only co-host I've had who's from a stable family has been you.
Are you serious?
Yeah, everyone's from a dysfunctional family. Like, there's Calvin,
yeah.
there's Nev, there's me.
Why are we here?
So, no, I really thought about
What do you
that.
mean I'm from a stable family?
You're from a stable family,
Bro,
but
my dad died.
he didn't die.
He died. I don't know what PR.
I know.
No. What? I can produce his death certificate. What can you do?
Oh my God, he didn't play that card. He didn't play the Joker card.
Listen. I'm
Let
not.
me pay for ticket. Commercial break.
No. So as Calvin goes, but you see the point I'm trying to make here. It's like end of the day when you think about it, and Calvin literally has gone to go and pay for chicken. We didn't. That wasn't a joke, by the way. And if you think about it, right? Like, is there like when I look at Neville, I look at Andy, I look at Calvin. Like, you're the only one from a stable family. Do you feel that your path has been influenced by that?
Damn, it's a tough one, because I am who I am.
Right.
And if I ask you how did you find your interaction with Charlie? Big up Charlie.
Charlie's from a. Oh yeah, I forgot about Charlie. Charlie's from a
How?
stable country.
How can you forget about? You almost
up
cried
Charlie.
when Charlie left, bro.
Oh,
I almost
that
cried.
was a quick one, though.
You
That's
almost,
the problem.
you almost begged for him to stay, bro.
No.
Yeah, that's actually it. But you know what's crazy? Now that you say that, one thing I will say is that you and Charlie have a very similar
Approach.
not approach. a very similar personality in the sense of you say what you say and you stand by it. As in, like, you know, Charlie would be like, you could say, oh, but the sky is blue, and Charlie would be like, but no, actually, you can't say it's blue because there's tints of white. And he'll die on that cross. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I think the real question here is, what do you think you missed out on that I got that gives me that advantage or that
What kind of
ground?
makes you learn from
Yes.
it as well?
Father's
Because
The
we
dynamics are
didn't
different
celebrate
there,
no
huh?
Father's Day, bro.
No, but like,
Yeah, because I think where you think the difference lies in, I think that's where we can find out exactly what one. Because you might be surprised to find that the advantage you thought I had, I
Right.
didn't even have.
Right.
So I think it's all in the nitty-gritties of the matter. Like G proposes that because now we come from stable. The co-host that he's had.
Oh, you and I,
that-
you mean, huh?
No, me and Charlie.
him and Charlie. Charlie's got mom and dad.
Okay.
And then
Okay, cool. I'm just being idiotic. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So his proposal or his question is maybe the background that both of us had, our upbringing, had something to do with where we are at and how we've maintained to be where we are at right now. And an example he's giving is maybe how grounded we are. Like if we decide that this is what we think about this and this is how we feel about this, then nothing is gonna move us. Like this is where we are at.
And you know what? Dan, my producer,
Yes,
who's my
producer
current
Dan.
producer, who's his birthday this week.
Yeah,
at
just
radio,
turned
is
20.
also
I just
from
turned 20.
Just turned 20.
Man. Young.
Oh man, don't even say that, man. I'm like, these guys are like, oh, you're so young, you're 20. I'm like, both of your ages add up, don't even equal my age,
Bro,
But yeah,
you know Maina told him, when you're born, Kibaki was the president, and that one hit home. That one hit home, bro.
but also Dan, who's turned 20, like Dan is also the same. If Dan has a position, a sees a position, he's not gonna change it for. He's not a flip.
Out
he doesn't
of
flip-flop.
influence, yeah.
But can I ask,
Peer pressure.
does it also depend on what child you are? If you're a firstborn, if you're a secondborn, if you're an only child, I think that's a big factor as well.
I think it's irrelevant.
I feel like they come into play.
I feel like everything is irrelevant, honestly.
Wow.
Because I said at the end of the day, you are who you are.
True.
You know, because as I'm asking, like, the question I'd ask is, if you agree with G's proposed school of thought, the question I'd ask is, what advantages do you think I had that maybe someone else didn't have, that have placed me where I'm at and give me maybe a sort of advantage? Because therein lies our answers.
Right,
You might find that the advantage you thought I had, I didn't even
could
have.
look at it from
The stability.
And of course, you guys, you have siblings. I don't. Ashley, the same as myself, right? Or
Yeah.
two parents, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there's more freedom of ideology, right? In the
Okay.
sense that maybe your pops is a
Interesting.
hardliner like this, your mom is of this kind of nature, right? So you might go with this idea, and your mom is like, no, please think about it like this or like that. Then you go to your dad, and your dad's like, okay, more pragmatic or
Okay.
Right.
this and that. So you come up with a bit more of ideas, right? Instead of having one parent. Like for me, when I talk to my mom, she'll be like,
Your
my
dad
mom-
ain't shit. But go on. Apart
you know,
from that,
my mom's very like risk averse, right?
Right.
Okay.
Then when I talk to like my her what do you call it?
Brothers.
Her brothers, they'll give me like ideas like that. So that's how I come up with that kind of idea.
Okay.
So you have two parents, but very because they're two different people, right?
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
So let me ask you, and it's fascinating actually. Did your dad, as far as you know, have any other kids? Have you ever met them?
No,
Or were they in Congo or in Kenya?
no, they live abroad.
Abroad.
Congo is just
Would you
big,
like to
bro.
meet them?
Would you like to meet them?
They're bro. I'm curious. I used to be curious. Now I'm just like.
It's whatever.
Yeah, but this year I am doing a trip to Congo.
You are.
Yeah.
Finally.
You know, you probably partied with this guys and
So you're.
Yeah. I
I'm
have
just
no
trying to come
idea.
back with all my fingers. That's-
Wow.
Wow.
No.
so you know, there's a whole thing about Congo, like
Yeah, we know about that
Yeah.
cutting your hands off and
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, not the hands off kind of thing, right? If you're in there and you do like some bad dealings with guys, they chop off a part
Your
of your
pinky,
finger,
and-
so that whenever you go to do business with anyone,
They know
you.
they know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They
So
know,
it's a very
okay.
interesting one. Yeah, but I'm trying to go there. You know, like
No,
Barack Obama. before he like decided to run for presidency, the story that Barack says, you know, his "I have a dream" kind of thing.
Right.
How he says he came here and they were stuck in a Volkswagen, he broke down somewhere, kind of like your story with your Land Rover.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm trying to go to Congo to understand.
Okay.
But
Right.
that's the romantic bit of it, right? Essentially, I want to go to Congo to find out how I can make some more money over there.
Right. But let me ask you.
Okay, wait. Before we move on from this conversation completely, allow me to propose something else, right? If you're going to consider these factors, might as well consider everything else. For example, maybe the age or the ages of the people who are maybe your father figures, your mother figures. Because with G, you grew up for a better part of your life with your grandma, if I'm not wrong.
Most
and
of
I'm
it, all
sure,
of it.
yeah, and I'm sure the wisdom that you got from her is completely different from maybe the wisdom that I was getting from my mom and my dad, right? So those might have given you an advantage of some sort in your life and wherever you're at. So if you're gonna consider one
You have to
thing,
consider
might
all of
as well
it.
consider everything else.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now that's a very good point. You, Calvin, so Congo. Like, if you go to Congo, there's no way you can trace your dad. Like, is there any? Do you know if you had like brothers, sisters?
So my mom's, so how they met essentially, right, is we all lived in this, well, they all lived in the same estate
In Kenya.
in Kenya, right? So
Okay.
he'd come over here, right? So they all lived in the same estate. So he was pals with my uncle's friends who were like older.
Which uncle? Uncle Arthur?
Arthur, yeah?
So Arthur knew your dad?
Yeah, Arthur knew my dad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like Uncle Page and all of these guys, they all
Were friends?
Yeah, all friends, right?
And they gave him a fruit pass.
You get, so that's how
Wow.
essentially they all met and everything. Like what's actually crazy now, my
Wait
house,
a minute. This is fascinating. So your dad was friends with your uncles and the older uncles,
it's
yeah?
it's like how you
No, I get it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then basically, that's how he met your mum.
yeah
So I'm assuming that they fell in love or something, whatever. You were created.
yeah
And then he died.
yeah, bro. It's
Wow.
a very short story.
So where did he die? In Kenya or
No
Congo?
shit.
Not Congo, fam. The story I actually tell you.
He died in Congo.
No, why are you acting like you don't know?
I don't remember.
For my dad was killed,
He was ratatatad.
bro. Like you think we
All
joke
these
about
jokes. And your dad was killed.
it? My dad was killed.
My God, I feel
Do you
so
feel bad?
I feel
Now
so
you feel
bad.
bad after years and years of dark jokes.
By who?
Fam, I don't think we want to really get into it on the podcast.
Wait.
Where
Okay.
my dad wasn't like doing the most legal stuff. Let's just say
Okay.
that.
Really?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So hold on, where was he killed? In Kenya?
Nah,
Congo? So where?
somewhere where that was close to an area that might have big zone that had a World Cup that was last year. That kind of area.
Oh my God, he was killed in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Wow, G.
He's so shook. Oh,
He just tried to avoid
I
saying
just
that.
tried
And
to
then
What?
he used many words to not say
my
that, and you
God.
said it.
I'm fucking shocked. I will never say anything bad about your dad again. I am
people are
shocked.
waiting for a battle of the dad off.
You know, this bastard is just getting content for how he's gonna bury me.
Like how he buried his dad.
Eminem on 8 Mile.
Oh my God! Like imagine you're being interviewed by Richard Quest and he's got all of the answers and he's like, "Oh my God!"
Oh man.
Wow.
But yeah, so actually, what's crazy, right?
So when he was killed, was he still with your mom?
Yeah.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
But you know, back when, right? So you know, telephones and
Yeah.
communication wasn't as instant, right? So now my mom is like, yo, she's been given the news of homie.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's crazy, right? But actually, what's so cute now is at my house, like I've got some photos right on top of my cabinet, on them on like holiday together.
Your mom and your dad?
Yeah, like so.
You're
Then why do you
lying.
trash talk
fucking
your
romantic.
dad?
I know.
I don't trash talk my dad.
You do.
He
does.
So
I
wait,
don't trash
your
talk
dad
my-
was present until he died?
Yeah. Like
Wait, how old were you?
This changes everything,
I was
bro.
changes
It changes
everything.
everything.
Do you remember him in any way?
Bro, like at that point, your brain is forming, so there's no.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
recollection.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your dad was present until he passed away.
Yeah.
So then you can't allow me to diss your dad, bro. That's out of order.
You've been doing this for 2 years.
It's too late.
Oh,
People are too invested in this.
The boat has sailed.
I'm shocked. I'm like, when we went, remember that podcast we did? Your dad's dead, not deadbeat.
Yeah.
It was actually true.
Yeah.
My dad's been dead. So yeah.
Wow, this changes everything, Calvin. I can't sit here and diss your dad,
But, you know,
knowing that your dad and your mom were together.
Now you have
and-
to be the dad that steps up for real.
I think just in that I'm gonna come with like some atomic bombs at the live.
So he's trying to back
Wave
up from
the
it.
flag. I can't ditch your dad.
White
Nah,
flag.
man, no white flag.
But
your
yeah,
dad
that's
your dad go get it again. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
that's essentially the whole story.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So like my dad's even know my birth certificate and everything.
Crazy.
Everything, bro.
Because you have a Muslim middle name, don't you?
all of that.
What is?
Y'all didn't know that?
No.
I think I had something like that.
Yeah.
What's the name though? I don't know.
Your original, like you actually
Me
Barack
and,
Obama.
Like,
Wow.
do you know what's actually crazy like about it, and like it blows my mind, right?
More than this? Damn.
Is so my
Does it blow your
mom's
brains
my
out? Sorry.
Wow. So my dad was a Muslim, right? And my mom's first undergraduate degree is in education, right?
Okay.
And her major, like what she specifically is fixated on, for lack of a better academic word, is actually Islamic religious education.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Wow.
Yeah, like she can teach that.
They were
Like
meant
she
to
lectured
be.
They were meant to
Islamic
be.
religious education. You know what I mean?
You didn't want to do that. You went for theology.
Yes, nigga.
It's just to understand and all of that.
Yeah.
You get, but
Yeah.
it's so fascinating how my mom is teaching that, but she's still a Christian.
Right.
Yeah.
To date, and then old man is. You know what I mean? So it's so fascinating.
If I was you though, I would use my your Muslim name is dope. It's better than Calvin.
Wow.
Wow. No.
but then
And you're not gonna tell us the name?
then you know.
Isn't it Hassan?
Then
Assad.
You're really just laying
Assad.
him
Just
out.
Like DJ
Yo,
Khaled's son.
calm down. My dad is Hassan. Hassan.
Bin
Yeah.
Laden.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
so
man.
that's the story. Yeah, what happened
So
to
your
yours?
name would be Hassan Wangoko.
Hassan Wangoko.
Drop the bomb on it. Oh no, sorry. You can't say that.
Welcome.
Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting TED
You learn,
Talks.
that's,
Very
that's the
interesting.
beautiful thing about podcasts, because you learn shit that you didn't know. What about my dad? I don't know. What about him?
Wow.
But you reckon like
You
he's
wouldn't know,
still
though.
alive though?
I don't know if he's alive or dead. I haven't felt a disturbance in the force. So I figure he's still alive.
How old would he be right now?
I don't know. I have no idea.
No, what do you mean you don't have
I
no
don't
idea?
know. If my mom was alive, she'd be. My mom died when she was 27. My mom would be.
She'd be what?
Wow, she'd be 70 now.
70.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So maybe he's in that space.
Probably.
They're around, right? So
Mid-late
so I
70s.
think you honestly need to find him.
Why?
No, just for the sake
For
of
shit.
You want more content?
No, content. My God,
He has the crew
mics are
ready. He has the
open.
crew ready.
That's it.
yo, that would be
Yo.
alive, bro.
Get your tickets to the Mics Open Live. They are available at Takeo.com.
That might be surprises.
Yo, wouldn't that be
You know,
something?
the other day, this motherfucker said some shit on Twitter. I was about to be like, yo, 500K out of my motherfucking account. If you can find this nigga's dad, give it to you.
By the way,
Then I
but
was
it's
just
putting a bounty on
I was
him.
like,
A bounty
yo,
on his
find this
head, bro.
nigga's dad.
Yeah,
Half a million.
but that's gonna be hard though, like, because I have my mom's name,
Yeah.
like, surname. So that's my
See, you
family's
underestimate
name.
people, bro.
But you can track it down.
I don't even know
Yo,
his
like,
name.
yo, like, would be crazy, man. Me,
don't even know.
500K. You could get kidnapped for that.
500K. Find my dad.
Yo, 500K.
1-800 find my
G-Money
dad.
missing. Guys are like, where is your father? When did you last see him?
Oh man.
That's wild.
Like, I thought about it from so many different scenarios. I think I was like driving or some shit. I'm like, yeah, man, but that shit could get him in trouble. Imagine if he gets kidnapped. 500K. This nigga's trying to look for his dad, bro. Like, guys can get creative.
Very true.
Eish.
And very motivated.
Bro, I couldn't even give you guys a clue where to start, and it doesn't bother me. So it is what it is.
Maybe don't you have some days like you get home and you're like, I wish Dad was here.
Wow, no.
And play some Asha.
like.
Could have heard for me to say this.
You see, Dad is home.
Nah, I
No,
don't know.
like, but now, true story, continuation of my daughter's story, man. I still ain't got another iPhone. I've been so caught up, like so busy.
I saw in the comments a lot of people saying that you shouldn't get rid of
Man, I saw that too.
Haters.
I thought we were together in this,
Enemies
man.
of progress.
Yeah, friends
Well,
of
you
Jojo.
know, like honestly, like I heard you on what you said and Nathan, but I'm starting to get a bit pissed off now, right?
I asked, is she pissed off?
Fam.
Are you pissed off?
No. She can do whatever, right? Like so yesterday we're recording this on Wednesday. She called me last night. I got home at like 8:30, 8:15. Boom, she calls me. She's like, Baba, what? Ask me a couple. First and foremost, she wanted to miss school so that she can meet a star.
Yo!
I'm like, fuck off. Oh,
What
sorry.
do you mean?
No,
Education is different right now.
I swear.
Can you imagine a
No,
kid that age
no.
saying they want to miss school because of
No,
a Rasta?
listen, no.
Wow.
Leave it. But fam, let me tell you, when Remo was here, right?
Yeah.
There's someone I know, you know, as well, we all know, whose daughters wanted to meet Rema, and they made it happen. You can make it happen.
I can,
You
but
have
I
the
was,
capability.
Yeah, but I was just like, miss school for this?
Yeah.
Imagine that's the only thing she's going to be
No,
remembering
but
for
no,
the
for
rest
what?
of
Let me
her
tell you.
life.
No, like I feel like no.
Wait.
So you guys wanted to get every fucking thing in life.
Yes.
Why
iPhone,
not?
meet a star. What the fuck does she want next?
Let
Be
me
on the moon.
give an example. Do you guys remember episode 4 of this podcast when we had King Kaka?
Oh, yes,
yeah,
we
yeah,
remember it
Shagun.
vivid.
Right. Oh, by
They
the way,
hated that episode.
You guys actually,
Oh, they were not playing with us, bro.
you guys need to go back and listen to that episode. It wasn't that bad.
Shout out to King Kaka.
They were
Yeah.
not playing with us,
But now we know how to accommodate him better than we
Yeah.
did then because we were just learning. Do you remember that episode took place? That we did that show where in this house,
Yeah.
in the living room.
Yeah.
Now after we finished the show and the podcast, Maureen, the house, you know, Maureen Mahousi,
Yeah.
took pictures with who? King Kaka. Took home, showed her daughter. Her daughter's like, oh my god, I have the coolest mom.
Yeah.
You get me? Mom's taking pictures with King Kaka, like, you
Yeah.
know, because her daughter's in
That's
that space
different.
where da-da-da-da-da, you get me?
Yeah.
Now the daughter's like, oh, so, now, daughter's like, yeah, now Grouchy's famous. Like, that's the relationship that she has with
Yeah.
with her mom.
Yeah.
Like, you think about it, bro, like, these are some once in a lifetime things.
True.
Do you
Do you know
know,
what I mean?
one of my fondest childhood memories was I was in school on a Saturday in class 6, holiday tuition, bro. Like, this is week 1. Imagine all your mates, all your cousins, they are having the time of their lives, right? And then a teacher comes and collects me from class and goes like, your mom is here to pick you up. We live just down the road, bro, because the school was inside the estate. So me, I'm like, is there any trouble? Like, just talk to her. My mom is like, we are going to Nyeri right now. Get your books, pack, we are leaving. We're going for holiday. Do you know I missed the whole holiday tuition, bro? And that is one of the most fondest memories I have as a kid. So you can't tell me that you're debating about your kid missing school to miss a Rasta as if any kid has the luxury to even wish.
Bruh, and for you, that's not
Something like this,
That is
bro.
not even a phone
Small,
call
small,
away.
yeah.
Come on, man.
Like, it's happened. Done.
Hey, Jojo, call me.
Friends of Jojo.
Friends of
Friends of
Jojo.
Jojo.
I think you need Iris.
Yo, then I thought, then you know, I was like, okay, cool. So that was the first. So this conversation started a while back. This is now last night when she asked me, right? And I was like, no, I think you need to stay at school, right? And then I was like, 2 weeks ago, no, about a week and a half, I was like, ask your mom. Then she was like, mom says, you know, school and everything. Then last night she was like, mom said I can miss school.
Oh.
Exactly.
There we go.
God damn. They
So
be
you
putting
do it,
me
man.
between a
Do it.
rock and a
Do it.
motherfucking hard
Just
place.
do it.
I don't envy you, bro. I
She's in
don't
the
envy
country now.
you.
Yeah.
She's staying, but
Down the road, literally down the road, yeah.
You even know where she's staying, bro.
yeah. So like, yeah.
Damn.
Make it happen, man. I think that would be beautiful. And record the moment.
Yeah,
And then-
true.
So we can put it on the podcast
On the
next week.
podcast.
That would
Yeah,
be
man.
nice.
That would be cute.
That would be very cute.
That
You don't
is
understand what
content,
you-
bro.
what's
That's the content we
what's
want to see.
actually
Yeah.
crazy, right? So you know Aerostar's kind of young. She's what, 20? 25?
Yeah,
21,
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
thereabout. but my daughter's 10, and these are the people they actually relate to.
100%.
Yo, like they know their music, what, sing it, what. It's actually nuts.
Yeah.
Thinking about
Ira
it.
Star is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Because there's been a real a shortage of new female talent. You think about it, Tiwa had a run, but Tiwa had a great run. Yemi's doing her thing, and Yemi's more like a world music artist right now. Like
Chidima almost had it, bro. Chidima almost had it.
Chidima.
Chidima.
Yeah.
The
Didn't she just
KDK
have
babe.
one song though? But she was. But we interviewed
She
her.
had a
Remember?
couple,
We
but
did a
nobody
while
ever
back.
knew.
Personality-wise,
Oh,
it
really?
was like interviewing a
She
piece
was
of
like,
toast.
she was
Boring.
yesterday's bread, bro.
She was so boring.
Right.
She had no,
Bro.
honestly, like big song,
I
but
didn't mean to laugh.
but
Personality.
personality wasn't big.
But that's also
Yeah.
what's big now currently, I think, with the female artists. Because even like Tams just has energy, same as Ira
yeah.
Star. Like they just have good energy, and I
think-
feel like that's how they're gonna blow up.
I think
that
Ira
personality.
Star and Thames has blown up already and
Yeah.
will continue to do so.
Gone.
But I think Ira Star is gonna fit right into that
In.
space.
She next,
You know,
yeah.
she's definitely gonna.
So-
and the
so-
show,
yeah.
the show
Seems fun.
tomorrow is, remember the show's tomorrow at KICC. If you haven't got your tickets, get them because there's no tickets on the gate. The Showcase Festival, which I'm loving the fact that with Showcase, the a lot of the agencies now are getting involved and realizing it's a great vehicle to have a conversation about the environment. So, so well done, Barry, and all the success for tomorrow. You know what I mean? And your team, because there's a big team behind it, by the
Yeah.
way.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, wow.
Yo, you realize it's the month for Ramadan and Lent?
Oh yeah.
Ramadan already?
Yeah,
My
imagine.
nigga. What are we talking about?
Imagine. Yeah,
You're a
this-
Muslim, you tell us.
yeah. Hassan. Wangoko. You
I'm never hearing
forgot.
the end of this. It's
Would you ever
so-
want to go to Mecca, by the way?
It's not, isn't it Malik? Is it Malik or Hassan? It's one of them. Okay.
Are we just gonna keep saying
We're gonna-
random
It's
Muslim
done.
names?
No, it's Hassan.
You look like an Abdi.
Yusuf.
That's gonna be the running joke. You guys
You know,
can
every,
ask all of
every
them.
time we refer to him today, let's call him a different Muslim name.
Yo,
So
so
Malik Wagwan.
Ramadan, that came quick, huh?
That's what she said.
Damn.
Okay.
Andy, this is
You know, I watched the podcast last week, right? When you guys were talking about, man, you guys are hilarious.
Talking
When
about
we were
what?
talking about the pills that can stop.
male pregnancy.
Yo, that shit was funny.
Or the male
They're called
contraceptives.
Contraceptives.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Ashley.
The
when-
fact that he
when-
doesn't
when-
even know what they're called.
Yo, this is a cross promo. You need to go back and watch last week's episode when Andy said the most audacious thing ever.
Andy stays saying the most.
We just don't
When
talk
Calvin
it
is sat
sometimes.
right there on his throne
No, the thing
and they
about-
say the most audacious
The
thing,
thing about Andy is
I'm honored.
It's under his breath.
The thing about Andy says stuff that you don't catch
Yeah.
until you watch the
The
episode.
one you watch.
Then you're like,
Also, how
like,
are guys going?
There's a time when he shouted out friction. I didn't even see that until we
Yo,
were like, oh, man.
Everyone has their moments though. But you know what's actually crazy? And I think we kind of experience this when G and I go to like meetings, Ashley as well, about the mics are open. I don't know who the fuck version these people expect us to be.
Facts.
Because at times we'll be saying some crazy shit in our zone. And we're at meetings and we're like, demographics, psychographics, what. And they're just looking at us like, this motherfucker.
You know the craziest thing I would say about everything we do is like when we go to like you say, we go to these meetings and we're pitching and we're doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And then like everyone's so serious during the meeting. And then at the end when the meeting is finished, guys are like, yo, that episode you guys did. Yeah. You're like,
Facts.
you gave us the hard time of having to stand there and
We should have just gone in and said,
what's your favorite episode?
Yo, but for me, when I'm in a pitch, the one thing I have to do is make people like snicker. That's when I'm just like, I'm in. I'm
nice.
definitely in.
But it's interesting, man, and I think the larger conversation is just, bro, like consumption has changed so much of media, bro. Like I'm so blown away. I'm experimenting with TikTok. I wouldn't even lie. I'm learning so
seen
much.
that.
Bro,
Hey,
TikTok
Calvin
is
is-
different.
You post
Bro.
on a weekly basis now,
Fam,
huh?
I'm challenging, bro. I got a whole team behind that.
What?
No, one guy. Yo, shout going out to my guy. So I'm trying. But what I love about TikTok is I don't think there's ever been an app that is so inclusive of everybody. Like I see guys out in
From Shag,
Kalenjin
yeah.
land, bro, posting up a
Yep.
video and
Yeah.
that shit goes
Kenyeji,
boom
yeah.
all over, right? And so the movement of TikTok is so great, right? Like this morning when I was listening to business news, America has told like I think some devices that have been you have to chuck TikTok off of the thing. Computers like in the in what do you call it? All of these big Senate offices and what?
No
Take
TikTok,
it off.
yeah.
Yeah, man, it's nuts.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
how
I see it though.
how
I
it's
see it.
penetrated?
Do you know what? Let me tell you. This morning,
Now,
Not
you even
hey.
I
hesitated
said
before that,
penetrate.
bro.
right?
Hey.
All right. So it's interesting. Like even today, I was on IG. You know, on IG, right? You can't even scroll quietly in the studio anymore. Like for
This
example,
nigga, you know I'm hearing Branodo do traffic news and then Jimani's phone is busy blasting some Instagram videos in the background. Man, I'm
so like
laughing.
you're on TikTok and now you can't scroll quiet. Like Brian, he's doing traffic, and I'm just you have to be like because every other thing's a video. TikTok has influenced everything so much.
Yo.
Yeah.
And then the thing about it is like even guys talk about the music industry and all of these things and the influence that it has, but I can understand why I wouldn't if I had an office like and it was a proper office, like I wouldn't want guys on TikTok in my office, bro.
Because honestly, 70% of the time people are on TikTok.
Yeah,
Crazy.
man.
But
Like-
yo, speaking of this, I love this marketing and rollout strategy that J.O. used, the guy who's done Your 22.
Okay.
Like it's a challenge that's been going crazy on TikTok for like maybe a month plus. But what people didn't realize until way later on was the song wasn't out yet. It was just a snippet.
Yeah.
Right.
So everybody was, just yearning for
Ready.
that song. So the day he announced the date that it's dropping, nigga, guess how many people are waiting for that song to drop?
Millions.
And I was like, wow, who'd have thought? This is
Crazy.
massive.
You know, I love that you're talking about that. So yesterday, I'm in bed, right? Just trying to figure. Man, I was fighting with some guys at the station, man.
All right.
They hadn't developed something.
Anyway, go on.
So anyway, I just decided, just regular on Twitter. I go onto Twitter and no disrespect to everybody, but it was a whole bunch of like different guys discussing what is working in the Kenyan music industry and what is not.
Right.
Bare OGs,
Right.
right? So very interesting perspectives and conversations that I've had over time. But before that, I remember seeing Xenia Manasseh's video being played on.
Right.
You get?
Right.
And when I got onto that live, it was guys who've been in this industry
Forever. Right.
having the same damn argument about, this and this guy
Kenyan
didn't
sound,
do
blah, blah,
this,
blah.
what. And I just sat there and I was like,
Can I? I'm glad we've gone down this avenue, and we didn't plan to go down this avenue.
yeah.
Let's go.
I'm glad we've gone down this music avenue. Bien and Ira Star.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
That song
That one.
has become the first Kenyan song to ever enter the UK official Billboard charts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Afrobeats charts,
Yeah.
rather. UK official charts, not Billboard. UK official charts, and it's going in at number 12.
Yeah.
Which is massive.
Huge.
Yeah.
Now you forgot to think about this. This is an official chart. This is on streams and plays and all these things.
Yeah.
Now, when you listen to that song, it is quintessentially rhythmic Afro beats. The same kind of Afro beats that Omale and all of these guys have been doing, right?
Yeah.
And if that isn't a vindication of where we need to go in terms of music, like Afrobeats is now pop music.
Yeah.
True.
So the thing about it is like end of the day, like you can always be a niche artist, you can always protect the Kenyan sound, all this other stuff. You can do all that stuff. Just in the same way in America, you have people who you'll never hear about, but they have fans.
Yeah.
And they don't get in the charts, but they still make a living. Or you have the pop artists. Fam, do you know who is really impressing me right now in the UK music in the Kenyan scene? Boutros.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Boutros is working
And let me tell
overtime,
you why
bro.
he's impressing me. Boutros is doing shows in some places you cannot even
can't
pronounce.
imagine.
True.
He is out there gigging, and let me tell you, every 200 people here, 300 people there, 500 people there, 150 people there that he performs to in all of these places, that becomes his fan base. He's
Which is
grinding.
huge. Bro, that's the same thing that Major does, right? Major's everywhere. By the way, he's just back on, his voice was kind of fucked, right? But it's interesting, going back to this conversation, I was just listening, not commenting. Styles was there giving, conversations about the past and everything. Sheila Mwanyiga, whole bunch of people.
On Twitter, I missed that.
It was there last night, right? But what was interesting was someone said that there's all of this conversation about, Kenyans don't play their own music. And someone said, bro, we have enough vernacular stations that play music, right? There's stations like Citizen that have a whole set of genre, what. There's so many different sounds that we have. We need to accept that there's not one Kenyan sound that can box it and be like, this is a Kenyan sound. You feel me? Okello Max makes great music.
Crazy
He's
music,
killing it, right?
Yeah, man.
Okello Max is doing, Bien is doing, what do you call him? Octopizzo is pushing this. When you think about what Kali's doing, boom.
And if you listen to Kali's last 2 releases, they're so mainstream, they're so accessible.
Exactly.
That joint Kwame is proper
fire.
dope. And it's going to get a lot of play, not just in Kenya, it's going to get a lot of play
bro.
across the continent.
Yeah, man. So it was so interesting. But what that got me to think is, when I looked at that conversation, I felt that it was very ageist, for lack of a better word. Like, I looked at the disconnect between that generation right there and the millennial and the Gen Z. It was so big. Because I feel like if we were going to have a conversation about Kenyan music and where it's at and what it's been doing, there should have been some Gen Zs in there. Like, get Boutros, or, all of these guys to be like, yo, this is what we're doing, what. Because honestly, like Sheila at one point said, yo, there's times they'd be trying to get a music onto the radio, but the producer is sitting on a project because, this person has said.
Yeah, but that's so old school.
You know what I mean? But that is her experience. You feel me? Like, I can't knock that, right? But right now, bro, Zenia Nukweli, that song, I've not gotten it on my email, right? It don't count, right? But it's already global.
Yes, global,
you
true.
feel me? So I feel like that conversation needs to not have this.
I think at some point, like, and I probably will be fried for this or roasted for this. I just think at some point, like, all of those guys who were there doing music have to understand that, like, that phase for them is past. It's like, for example, it's like, I still DJ, right? I still enjoy DJing, right? But if you look what the places that I play, it's fam, if I don't get booked to play at a rave with Ivy and tell me some of those
Dream.
Like MGM and
not so much Dream and CNG them, because they're more in like that middle tier, but like as in that alternative.
Okay.
That alternative set.
Yeah.
You see, like, for example, I can't look at the Boiler Room Gang and see Coco M and see Ivy and see those guys and be like, why am I not on this bill? The fact of the matter is that is not my space, and I can't chase that space. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I can do Mercury if it's open. If it's closed, I hear that it's closing. But anyway, that might be a rumor.
I saw that too.
You saw that too,
Yeah, apparently they're renovating. Not anyway.
Oh, renovating. Okay, yeah. Or I might do Milan, or I might do, and I really do still enjoy doing these quote unquote hood gigs. Like, I'm doing like Bar 69 and La Viva, and I enjoy doing those. Lidos. Yeah. No, but do you know why I enjoy doing those out of town, those beer belt gigs? Because those guys come there to party.
They're ready.
It's a serious time. Yeah.
You know what I actually want to do? I saw thingy, Darkness.
Dark Child.
Come on now.
Yeah.
They're my homies. You know there's two Darknesses.
Who's that?
Yo, those guys need to call themselves the Giza Brothers.
Oh my God.
And you know what they need to do? They need to throw a gig in the daytime.
Right, they call it Lagos at night. But go on.
Yo, that would be a fucked up concept.
Oh, man.
Yo, I saw him DJing at one of these clubs on Thika Road. Is it Loft or something?
Yeah.
Yo, they got this Aluta thing going on. fam,
Oh,
in
yeah.
the
Sunday
morning.
morning,
And
yeah.
I'm just like, bro,
Yeah.
But no,
consumption is different.
Bro, I'm telling you, like I know we've gone off the topic, but I'm telling you, fam, DJing in those places like Loft,
real.
like La Viva, like even Art Club. Bro, it's fun. You see a man come out there in his shorts and his slides and he's got his Tusker. He's ready.
Yeah.
It's
And
having
after
a
you
good
kill the show, they
time.
tell you, I love the mics are open, man.
Yeah.
I love the mics are
Fam,
open.
you see, like when you finish DJing at Mercury, and you know me, I go from the booth straight
Yeah.
out the
Straight
club,
out, yeah.
out the club. And he's like, "What are you leaving for? Why are you leaving? Go back on the decks." Guys don't even say, "How you
Hi.
feeling? How you doing?" Like,
Man.
but yeah, to go back to it, so the point is, those a lot of those guys who are up in the industry, yes, their opinions are all valid, like, you know, the Styles and the Sheilas and all of them, man.
Yeah.
But now it's a case of, okay, how does the younger generation learn from you rather than you talking about how you think it should be? Because it's not your time
Bro,
anymore.
like, you know, it's crazy. Like Styles mentioned one thing, and I had Frasha. Frasha's retired from music on the show.
Right.
Remember when Hakuna Matope, when we went to Hakuna Matata?
Yeah, but that was crazy. But
Oh, yeah.
Hakuna Matope.
Matacos.
But you know, he was talking about when they won the MTV Mama.
Yes,
Yeah.
Right? And then Styles yesterday mentioned when Nameless won the MTV Mama, right? And he was in front of like P Square and all of these guys.
Yeah.
And all of these guys were like, what did that just do? Styles said that, right? And he said that all of these guys went and learned the game. Frasha said the same thing. When they won the award down in SA, you're all of this manager to Diamond. What's his name?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah. Diamond's manager and all of these guys, they were just watching all of these guys closely, trying to learn and what. And if you look at those two music countries, right? Those two countries, from where they've come from,
Yeah.
at that particular point, we were doing,
there.
we
Yeah.
were up there, and they've just, and I'm not trying to say our music is down. There's a lot of great music out right now, but if you now see, we're on a good trajectory. But before, they'd really overtaken us. It
Yeah,
was
the
very
Mamas,
interesting.
I think the Mamas was good for Africa.
Yeah.
I mean, I do believe there was an element of people be given awards depending upon where the event was being held. I do believe there was an element of that. But I think Alex, the guy's name was Alex, I think he had the right
idea.
He was at MTV base at the time, I think. Had the right idea behind the Mamas. Music for Mama Africa. I mean, it was good vibes. I think we're in a good place musically. I think that right now there's some great music.
I recently, I think it was last night, if I'm not wrong, I saw that a couple of artists were at a dinner with the president of the academy. So I was just like, that's very interesting. And Eric Wainaina, someone we haven't seen in a very long time, was also part of that group. I'll just confirm where it exactly was. But also it was just, I felt like it was more of the high-end music, like the Zenyas, the Karoons, and I take nothing away from them. They're great.
Amazing.
But then, yeah, like our guys of, maybe they were there, I'm not sure, but you weren't seeing a lot of activities from like
I think-
Boutros guys or Cardinali guys.
It's like, if you look at the Grammys, right? You look at the Grammys, you have the old dusty white people there. But you still have Jay, you still have Beyonce, you still have 21 Savage. Drake doesn't go anymore. You still have some of these younger artists who are coming through as well.
21.
Towards that.
Can
The
you
Lil
do
Yachty.
some for
Speaking
me?
about Lil Yachty and Drake, did you guys watch the Mood? Future Mood or whatever it's called?
I tried, man. I'm struggling with it.
man.
I just like the snippets. I tried to watch it as well. And
It's interesting. I mean, they
I
have
watched
a
it.
very interesting
I fell asleep,
relationship.
No, I
you
fell
fell
asleep.
asleep.
Yeah,
See, just
I'm
stick to the
struggling,
snippets.
bro.
I feel
Yeah.
like they're better.
The snippets are funny as
Yeah.
well.
I mean,
Yeah.
Drake said some stuff like, you know, him talking about, I think one of the most interesting one was when,
The interesting one that I got from Drake was that quote about unanimous love, where he says he no longer chases unanimous love, which makes so much sense to me. Like, basically he's saying that he realized after a while of trying to get everyone to love him that no one is ever gonna always love him. So he just fucks with who fucks with him, and that's
Yeah.
I think that's a teachable moment. Like, you know, like for example, you can say, like even as a podcast, we sit down and we say to ourselves, okay, man, why is it that like what do we do and we compare ourselves and this and that and like why? And they say, you know what, fuck it, we do what we do.
Yeah.
Some people love us. Some people are gonna say you guys are full of shit. Some people are gonna say something else to get me. So it's one of those ones where not chasing unanimous love, I think, is the key thing that I took away from that thing. Meaning that it's okay, not everyone's gonna love you.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
True.
Yeah, that was the one. There was one about his mum when he was asked whether he fears for his mum because of who he is, and he was like, right, bro, like let her be who she is. And he was like, yo, my mum rolls around with her gang of friends who are just like
her,
that's them, and she was like, yo, I love them for who they are. It was quite hilarious.
Yeah, like Yati asked him, what do you think? How do you think your mom feels being Drake's mom?
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah. But anyway,
Are you guys buying Drake talking about him hanging his boots?
nigga, fuck off, man. That guy
Right?
ain't going nowhere.
Roll out. This is
Listen,
roll out, bro.
The
This
thing is,
roll out.
let's be honest, bro. Like for you old school cats, remember Jay-Z retired after the Black Album?
Yeah, I'm back, bitch.
Remember, bro, and he even made songs like Encore, Do You Get More? Like, y'all gonna miss me
Jay-Z's
when
the
I'm
biggest
gone.
fraud.
Yo, we actually thought like
Jay-Z was gone.
Jay-Z was gone.
You guys were in tears.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Grand opening, grand closing. God damn
Yo,
it, man.
Jay-Z was just like, bro, Jay-Z, come on, man.
I feel like sometimes
Excellent
they
strategy.
actually genuinely have the intention.
Because now you
to
want
quit.
him now more than ever.
If you
Right?
man, Jay was like,
Because if it hit you that damn, this might be the last project you're getting from Jay-Z.
the first track on the album, if you can't respect that, your own perspective
This
is
is whack.
Y'all gonna love me when you fade to black. We
Jay's
were
high.
He set us
Jay-Z,
up.
bastard.
Bastard, that guy is just over there, just like, yo, I'm gonna give you this dick, and you gonna want it back.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. Jay-
What an
Jay-
no, that
analogy,
was
though.
not the
Damn,
analogy,
get to
but you
me.
get
But I actually heard a Jay-Z song yesterday that I don't like, which is rare.
Which
I
one?
went back to the album of that movie. What's that movie they did? The Harder They Fall? The Harder They Fall?
The Harder They Fall,
Yeah, and
yeah.
he's got a track on the soundtrack with him, Conway, Back Row G, and some other Jadakiss.
I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Jadakiss's verse is crazy.
fire.
Conway's verse is crazy. The hook with Back Row G out the UK is heavy. It's crazy. Jay-Z's verse is kind of whack.
need
I
to
just
listen back
listened
to
to it
that.
yesterday randomly.
Anyway, fuck all that Jay-Z shit.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Michael B. Jordan. He's my hero for this week.
Why is that?
You're on the red carpet, Ash. You saw that shit.
Yeah.
Yo,
Didn't we talk about it though?
No.
Maybe on
what?
air.
do you have another podcast we don't know about?
Must be the other nigga.
No. Like that story.
I feel
was,
like, I feel like
it
we've
must have been
addressed this before or
But for
something.
me,
Yeah.
so Michael B's been on the
red carpet.
red
Promotion.
carpet, and he's been on the promotion for what was that?
Creed.
Creed
Creed
3,
three.
right? But what caught my attention, two things, right? He said that he sacrificed going out as a younger person for him to be where he's at right now. What? I think he's got a bit of minority ownership in a football club.
In the one, who is it? Is it Bournemouth? Bournemouth,
right? Yeah,
Hope they get relegated.
One of those, right?
Wow. Not on Black History Month is over.
Yeah, go on. No,
Right? So
One day late.
So
Yeah,
that was
oops.
one, right? But yo, it got me thinking about
no,
like
you have to explain the red carpet thing where
I'm
he
going
was-
to the red carpet.
yeah.
Yeah. So now, so that's that. So he said I was sacrificing a lot younger so that I could get a future like I have
cool,
and what I
cool.
want to enjoy. So that was a very interesting concept. But what caught my attention was now the red carpet where he's been interviewed by
By
this
somebody
lady
he went to school with.
He went to school with, and this one's as in my man. All of
Remembered her.
those
He
years
remembered.
Like that is what bullying
She
does
was
to
like,
you.
yo, he was like, yeah,
You won't forget.
You were the ones who used to call me corny.
Yo, the look from the start.
You saw the
Yo,
look on
that
his
bomb
face.
is coming. That bomb was coming the whole way.
But you know what's crazy though? You know we always talk about women always wait for you on the finish line. Like when I saw that, I went back and researched that story, and she actually said it on a podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, she said it on a podcast as well. Then like he was
Yeah.
some cornball at school and stuff, and I thought to myself like, she's got some balls. She should have just been like, but hi Mike, bye.
But you know, as kids, you have to put yourself in the state of minds of those kids. I mean, you're called Michael Jordan. there's a B somewhere there, but you're called Michael Jordan, but you're not like Michael Jordan. Of course, the kids are gonna pick on you, man. So sadly,
okay.
she had to be one of them. Man.
But you know what was actually crazy? Now going back and researching about that whole story, he was on The Wire at that age while in high school.
Yeah.
Like, bro, how you gonna
The
be
Wire is
Connie
a
and The
classic,
Wire?
though.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
The Wire is
that,
classic.
that chick was just a hater. But you know, we meet all of this, them lot
Full
on
circle.
the streets. Who do you hate more? Personal question.
Damn.
College or high school?
High school.
Guys
High
you went to
school.
school with.
Or people.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Like fake ones. Like
I used to be bullied in high school, so
fuck them.
yeah, fuck them all. I meet some of the main babe who used to bully me. I meet her to date, and she's like, "Hi, Ashley." I'm like, "Hi, you trying to kill me?" No wonder, you know, when the bully is being a bit too nice.
Remember
you're
me?
like, "Wow,
Yo!
the shit you used to do and say to me."
You
this
just be
is-
like, why
it's
you
a
being
trap."
weird? Why you being
Yeah.
weird?
It's
Be
a
who
trap.
you are.
And we were in uni together as well. And that was the first time like she came up to me that way and I was like, oh shit, she's about to kill me. So nah, high school was not it.
I remember meeting somebody I went to high school with in London. So I went to high school with him in Jamaica. I remember meeting him in London. We were walking through a train station and he came over and he was like, great. And I was like, nigga, I didn't like you at school. We're not
said
friends.
that to him?
Yeah.
Why you please?
I said that to him.
Why?
We at school, he was a bastard.
But you were a bastard as well.
Yeah, but he was, well,
More of a bastard.
no, he wasn't more of a bastard than me.
No. Yo, you know, like Paul's don't Nini. What is
No,
it?
he wasn't a bastard. He was Michael B. Jordan. He was like
Corny
like,
as fuck.
I think he actually went on. Was he school captain? He became school captain.
No wonder you told him that.
Yeah, man.
Hating.
Because so he just
And became
so in
valedictorian.
short-
Cunt.
In short, oh wow.
So you're just a hater.
Wow, you're just a hater. Jesus.
Allow the man to hate. Allow the man to
I was
hate.
supposed to be valedictorian.
Wow.
So he
like
took
he
your
just,
place.
he just ruined your whole
that's
plan to
fine.
take
Ruined-
over the world, right?
Yeah, at a young age. You know what?
But he must have been pleasant when he came up to you, right?
God, don't get me started about that.
Let's
you know,
go.
there's two jobs at school that I really wanted that they didn't give to me.
What and what?
And then they tried to give me like the deputy. One was editor of the school yearbook. That was me, bro. They gave some guy.
Say with your chest.
Some
Say
guy.
it, bro. We all saw it. We had
Another
it.
guy. They gave it to the guy. You know what they gave? They said, I remember, no, I'm not talking.
I said that-
They said the other guy was from a rich family. And then, you know, with the school magazine, you have to go and get advertising.
Yeah.
So they were saying that this guy, he's gonna be better placed to get advertising.
He's gonna bring in the money.
Yeah. And us guys did all the work. So that's. But the one that hurt.
Honestly, though, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna call James Smart over by Nation. I think we need to give you a month of Nation to just write some stories. Bro, that shit came from the bottom of your
was
heart.
painful.
You wanted to be
I wanted to be
editor.
there. I wanted to be editor of the school, and secondly, valedictorian, bro. I
my
wanted to be
God.
valedictorian.
Now, what
Like,
could you have done
that
about
shit.
that?
So basically, I feel there was some cognitive bias there because everybody assumed I was gonna be valedictorian just because I was head of the debating club.
Come on.
And then this nigga who couldn't even read straight, the one I saw in the train station, he became valedictorian. Then you want to talk to me?
Wow,
Like we're friends in the train station.
Sorry,
I
Conrad.
don't know you.
They made him valedictorian. He wasn't gonna say no. Just give it to Conrad. No, Conrad deserves it better.
Bastards.
And you're allowed to hate. You're allowed
I
to
carry
hate.
a lot of trauma. You know, even
Yeah, like
you
your
know what,
therapy
even like
sessions
let me
must
tell you,
be
when I went to
tough.
sixth form, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Calvin,
You
you
know,
inject
the
my
sixth form-
payment, man. Say
The
there.
sixth form, head of sixth form told me you'll never get into my sixth form
Oh wow.
because I had like a little dreadlock in the back of my head.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, listen. When I passed my exams and I was the honor student, there was only 2 honor students that year. I was one, and there's another guy called Osborne. When I went to sixth form, I went to sixth form on the basis of having the best grades in the school. And like the having to handle that as a kid, being like in those days, I'm academic. I really wanted to go sixth form.
Yeah.
And you're telling me I can't go sixth form because I have a little hairstyle. And I went sixth form, and I had to cut that shit off. Fam, trauma.
But you know that shit affects even like performance and shit.
Fam,
Like
do you know
being
what?
being put down for such a thing.
I won't even lie, and I'll be honest with you, like, and this is a moment of vulnerability. I believe that my whole life, honestly, I feel like I've always had to work harder. And I also believe, and I didn't to this day, I don't think I've ever got the props that I deserve, and I don't think I ever will. And that might sound like an arrogant thing to say. You know what, like Jay-Z says, I think when I'm out the game, people are gonna look back and say, rah, that guy did bits. But while I'm around, I don't think anybody gives me the props that I deserve. And I don't stay awake at night because of that.
Yeah.
But I think about my career from if you think about it, from the days of like pirate radio, where I had to set up my own station because nobody gave me props enough to fucking be on a station. My whole trajectory could have been different. Resistance has been what has created who I am, and I'm thankful for it. But then sometimes you do sit there and think to yourself, you know what? How much more do I have to fucking do? That's why I've quit. And when I quit the game, I'm gonna disappear, bro. I'm gonna go so black, bro.
To what?
Like
As in
Jay-Z.
dark. Like they'll be like, remember that? Whatever happened to that guy?
That guy.
Yeah, trust me. When I'm in a space where I don't need my Twitter, bro, I've even got a new IG account, by the way, and I'm not following any of you niggas.
Shame.
Because when I'm about to go dark. Like,
On
trust
us
me.
too? So
On
you won't come to my wedding?
Shut the fuck up. We know
No,
your
no.
house address.
No, not dark. Like, no, friends in the real world, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But just like, as in, like, I'm done. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool.
No, you'll need our memes. You'll come around.
Memes are life, though.
Yeah, you'll come
Anyway,
around.
That's why I see you working out, coming along. That little hand is popping.
it's not public, man. It's not public. It's just
Bleep that.
on the low.
I see it.
So we're back. We're getting there. All right, this has been the Mic's Open. My name is
Hey,
G.
wait. Cindy, open mic, Cindy. Hey, wait.
Okay, sorry.
What's the rush?
I
What's
You
thought-
know
the
how he
rush?
drops bombs over here. Like,
We're done.
Guns. Hey,
yeah,
Came on guns
that was our
blazing.
shim up in this bitch.
Damn.
No. What? About quitting?
Yeah.
No, not like that. I said when I quit. Come on. Don't stress yourself.
Well, okay.
Read the damn thing.
For open mics, you have a neighbor who sleeps with everything that wears a skirt. His body count is countless. Now, boom. A girl you know well, like close friend, is brought to his crib.
Slaughterhouse.
You know his ways and they disgust you. Do you warn her? For one, it will shock you. And then, I think basically he's asking, do you warn her or how do you go about that situation, knowing that this man is a girlist, you know exactly what is happening in there. Do you interfere or do you let the Lord's work happen?
As your resident cock blocker, you block. Let's give it context. Let's just say Andy's slaughterhouse.
Yes.
And us guys,
Kichinjio.
me and Ashley are friends.
Yes.
And Andy's my neighbor. Andy has Andy a gallus.
When you see the red and blue lights
You
going
don't
off,
know.
What's going on?
When you see, yeah, exactly.
it's not a party in there.
Right?
But something's bouncing.
So now, right? I don't mind him living his life because it's not really my business. But now we pull up downstairs. I pull in to the car park, and he's my neighbor, so his parking space is right next to mine. Then I see Ashley pull in. What are you doing here,
In tights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this where you live? Yeah, I live here. Oh, I'm gonna go and see.
You know what time it is.
I'm like, you're gonna see Andy. Okay, how do you know him? How do you know Andy?
She's about
I
to know
met him
me.
in the club, and we got to talking. Then he told me I should come by after.
All right, cool. You know he's a gallus, huh? You know he's got bare girls. I'm just telling you straight up, so you don't like you're my girl, so I'm telling you, that guy is a whore.
Yeah, how?
I'm trying
He's
to
a
find
hoe.
out how bad
So,
of a hoe he is.
At least you know, like I'm saying, you can
Before you get in there.
You can get out of the game now.
Get out of the game mode. Ashley, this is where you
She's
tell
here,
this
bro.
guy.
Oh, yeah.
You tell
She's
him.
here and she's
you
in
tell
tights.
him.
Do you think
tell
she's going
him,
back home?
Bro, sorry, but this is
Listen.
like night number 3. That girl touches heart attack there. Let that guy die.
Next to that,
Kill him. What the fuck is like? It's none of your
business. Mind
That's
your own.
even if
Nonsense.
even if he's got 10
Rubbish.
girls,
Yeah.
you're about to be number
Number
11.
11. No, but
I'm gonna
but
be the only
You think
one
a
in
grown
heaven.
woman like me don't know?
no, but
Yeah,
I've been in a situation where
Like that. Just try it.
this happened. Like I knew man was a gallis, right? And this shorty who was introducing now one of her friends to the gallis.
the slow
Of course,
house.
yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing, right? So I don't know what her intentions were going in. Of course, I'm not gonna ask, none of my business, right? And then later on, now the girl that I knew, cause ule beshte yake alifanywa ile kitu manze, you know, things happened. Master's class, right? So her friend came and asked me, did you know that he was this kind of person? And I was like, first of all, I don't know him like that. Second of all, it's not my business. And third of all, why you asking? Cause your friend went there and something happened. So now I should have given you what, a heads up? Like man is a
Annie,
gal.
the difference between me and you is that I am what's known as a hater.
And you know it.
Yeah, like,
And
You
you're
wanna
gonna
ruin
live-
it.
You're gonna live by your name.
I am what's known as a hater.
Also,
I
on
feel,
this, okay,
I feel like sometimes it depends. Like, weigh those options. Because, like, if you see a badass bitch and you're just like, she's probably going to teach him a lesson, I'm not saying shit. I'm going to be like, hey, get yours, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe, actually, I will tell her so that she's like, okay, let me get me some and also teach him a lesson equally.
wow.
I mean, but then why are we going around corners? We can ask questions like, I mean, y'all went to the same school, right?
Yeah.
So like when you used to see girls around Austin, did you warn them?
That's the problem, G. It's a technical cause. No. There wasn't any women around Austin.
I used to see
Austin
you
was
in
just
the
around the
editing room.
mandem.
No, I'm
Austin was just
joking.
always around the mandem.
Have you guys
That's
ever
true.
seen? Have you guys ever seen Austin in like jeans or something?
Yes.
Does he own a pair?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Do you want
You own
to?
shorts? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Or you
then
think you have sexy legs?
Calvin has his legs out today, so he's feeling a little sexy.
What?
That came out of nowhere, bro.
Right, this
Pause,
will be the
yeah.
man so open money, G money.
Them. We are done.
We're done.
Oh man.
Don't tell her unless you're best friends.
By the way,
Don't get involved.
Don't
Yes,
get involved.
We have a live next week.
Yes, we do.
Buy tickets. Did the chicken arrive?
Yeah, he did. Yo, Austin trying to say talk bad about my legs. Fam,
You have cute
I
legs,
could
man.
bury
You do actually. They're very.
Not cute.
Ashley hesitated
Oh,
as she looked to try find
You know
a
what?
word to describe your.
Well, we always got the best legs on the pod.
Oh my god.
It's me. I'm showing them off next
Excuse
week.
me. It's me.
Well, that's why you're putting your leg in
Let's
front
have
of
a
mine?
leg
Let's
off.
not raise leg day. Alright, listen.
But you don't have the fucking best
I
legs.
do.
But you,
You
know
had
what?
shorts on today. What
You know what?
happened?
You know
I
what?
went
You know
home.
what? You know what? This has been the mics are open, right? Thank you for tuning in. You could have the best legs, but you know what? You have the ugliest toes. It's a wrap.
I have the cutest toes, though. I mean, you could
wanna
have bet
remove them
that.
and show them.
You're a bitch.
Try and argue.
Bye.
Bye.